Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Are you ready for some 40s? We're on the backside of a cold front as temperatures dip tonight, but we do have rain in the forecast for Labor Day weekend. We'll look at your holiday temperatures too coming up.
A traffic stop in Oakland County quickly turns into a chase before ending in a crash in the middle of a family's backyard.
And touchdown. High school football and other fall sports had their Hail Mary answered. A big reversal tonight for the Michigan High School Athletic Association after the state says it will not stand in the way of organized sports.
Well, now there will be fall sports, but it's going to look a lot different. Mara McDonald live in Midtown tonight. Mara, the players were thrilled to say the least today.
Kimberly, I think that around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you heard a rumble around here, it was the kids all, whooping it up that the governor had decided that, yes, fall sports could go on. As a matter of fact, some were so excited, they got on the field.
Because we all we got right here and we family.
The word from the governor came down and the kids were on the field practicing immediately.
Kids were calling me excited, and just was like, hey, coach, we're back.
Hey, watch the records.
What the state said today is this: while it still recommends against contact sports, it's up to the schools and districts if they want to play. And yes, they want to play.
I think it means everything. Like the kids haven't had a whole lot of anything good go through them over the COVID. So they just been at home, sitting at home. So I believe this is a good start to something better.
Football games and other sports are going to look different this fall. What's not negotiable from the state is the density. At indoor and outdoor games, each player can have 2 people attend, and that's it. No more crowded stands. Jimmy Macon, head coach here at Detroit Central for the last 27 years, says small attendance isn't the issue here. What football provides these children is.
Football teaches a lot of discipline to a lot of kids, and it helps them as far as leadership, guidance, and it gives them more motivation and dedication to do the things that they want to strive for in life.
Back here live, MHSAA says the fall season begins next week. We're live in Midtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Okay, Mara. Well, today the governor also gave the long-awaited green light for a limited reopening of gyms and pools.
The governor says gyms and pools can reopen next Wednesday. Masks and 6-foot social distancing will be required at all times. Gyms can only operate at 25% capacity as well, something that gym owners say they were prepared for and are just glad they can finally open up their doors again and let customers in.
This is a huge sigh of relief today. Yes, there was a ton of thought that went into that reopening playbook in terms of covering cleaning and sanitizing of the club.
Businesses that must still remain closed include movie theaters and bowling alleys. The governor also tonight extending Michigan's state of emergency through October 1st. Meanwhile, the state today reporting 685 new cases of coronavirus, with 10 more Michiganders dead from the virus. Since the pandemic started, the state has reported more than 104,000 cases.
All right, let's check in with Ben on what turned into a windy night. Ben, Labor Day weekend, always one of the last chances to enjoy summer weather. How's it looking?
Yeah, you want it to be comfortable, but you want to hold on to some of that heat, Kim, as it's kind of our traditional last gasp at summer. But temperatures are going to be quite close to normal once we get into the holiday weekend. Almost felt autumnal this afternoon with those low dark clouds and the gusty winds. In fact, those wind gusts got close to 40 miles an hour in spots, 38 there at City Airport, 39 miles per hour, that gust in Lansing. Things have calmed down considerably. Sustained winds now about 10 to 15, maybe a little bit lighter in some spots. But it's going to get breezy again tomorrow, not quite as gusty as what we saw today. And then here's your holiday weekend at a glance. Again, those average temperatures, that's not going to be the issue. But you see the raindrops on there for Sunday and possibly early Monday. We'll talk about that return of the wind for the holiday weekend as well and where we're going from there all in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay, Ben. A homicide investigation underway at a Detroit motel after a man is shot and killed. Multiple shots were fired outside the Cranbrook House Motel at James Cousins and 8 Mile, and this happened around 7 p.m. The shooter then drove off in a 2006 gray Acura. No information released yet about the victim. Anyone with information is asked to call Detroit police.
Tuesday night, we told you about some neighbors in Corktown unhappy about late-night concerts at the corner ballpark that aren't just noisy, but also pretty messy. Tonight, some of those neighbors and the Police Athletic League, which runs the ballpark, met to see if they could find a way to coexist. Larry Spruill in Corktown tonight to see if there was any progress.
About a dozen or so neighbors here in Corktown met with Detroit Police Athletic League for a meeting of the minds, mainly to talk about some housekeeping issues.
The liquor bottles, the beer cans I need to pick up, the late music until all hours of the night.
Erin Gavley lives right next door to the Powell Stadium off Michigan Avenue in Corktown. She says for the most part, they're good neighbors.
And it's not showcasing who we are as a community.
But lately, she says the loud music, trash on the ground, and crazy parking jobs overlook the good. Local 4 obtained this video of cars recently lining up and down Michigan Avenue in Corktown, causing traffic backup. Gavley says she wants something to be done.
It just gets disappointing over years of attempting to work together and hearing, yes, we're going to make a change, we care about the community, and still hearing my neighbors, my new neighbors now, complain about the same things I've been complaining for years.
I spoke with Robert Jamerson with Powell after Thursday's meeting. He tells me he understands their neighbors' concerns.
There's sometimes going to be nights where you better hope you like the music, right? But we're trying to do our very best to be listening to the community and being able to address some of those concerns in a reasonable way.
Jamerson says it's important to work together.
I'm just really hopeful that something will change, but I am not as optimistic as I maybe once was.
Larry Spruill reporting there. Powell also did talk to the neighbors about the loud music. It did say it will make an effort to monitor how loud it gets and try and get that turned down and make sure they end at the proper time.
An internal investigation is now underway after a Wayne County deputy corporal is killed in an attack at the county jail. Investigators say 50-year-old Corporal Bryant Searcy was attacked late last night after an inmate got out of his cell. They say the inmate was able to block his cell door from being locked, but it's not clear exactly how he did it. Searcy was rushed to the hospital where he died from his injuries, leaving behind a wife and daughter.
My mom couldn't even tell me. My godmom had to take the phone and finish the sentence for her. It's always big on God and being a good person, because he always made sure that I knew that the good that I did to others will always come back to me.
Sources tell the Local 4 defenders Corporal Searcy's partner was not with him at the time of the attack and should have been. The 28-year-old inmate is being held by Detroit police.
A police chase in West Bloomfield ends with a crash in the middle of a neighborhood.
Dead end. North end of McQueen.
Sure, you have to stop north end of McQueen and Northern Drive.
Radio, I got him pinned in. He's fleeing on foot.
Police say the driver was going 77 miles an hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. He then refused to pull over, leading to the chase on Orchard Lake Road. Eventually, the officer pinned him in and arrested him a short time later. Curtis Shannon Jr. has been identified as the driver. He's been charged with fleeing and eluding, as well as driving with a suspended license.
Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden will be visiting Michigan next week. Today, the Biden campaign announced he will be making a visit next Wednesday, but released no other details. The former vice president last visited Michigan the night before our primary back on March 9th. The very next day, the Biden and Sanders campaigns suspended in-person rallies as cases of the coronavirus started spiking across the country.
A big traffic change is taking place on I-75 in Oakland County. Southbound traffic on I-75 from Adams Road to 13 Mile will be shifted to the newly constructed southbound lanes. Two-way traffic was sharing the northbound lanes while the southbound side was rebuilt, but there will still only be 2 lanes open. To make this shift, 1 lane of southbound I-75 is now closed, but will reopen before the commute tomorrow morning. Michigan has confirmed its first 2020 human case of the West Nile virus.
What we know about the first infection that was reported right here in Metro Detroit.
And protests in New York in response to the death of a man who died after officers placed a hood over his head and pinned him to the ground. What the city is now saying about the graphic arrest video.
But first, Pfizer addresses how soon it could have its vaccine ready for wide distribution. That's next.